Hello everyone, we're back out here in my studio shooting another Bronco video today. This is going to be part 4 of Bronco accessories in my series. So welcome to my channel, The Sword Rules, and let me show you what we're going to be doing today. I've got a couple of small accessories to put on. One is this Ford branded door sill plate. Looks beautiful, pretty shiny. Yeah, that's going to get full of scratches right away. Probably going to drive me crazy. But anyway, that is going to go down here, right about there. I'm going to have to get some tape lines on there on either side, maybe even across the bottom, so that I can lay it in there and have it straight and even on the first try. This is evidently made by Bronco, and of course has the Ford brand on it. There's the number if you're interested in it, and comes with this nice blue covering on here to keep it scratch free for about 30 seconds probably. So we'll work on that later. The other thing that we're going to put on today are these anti-theft wheel locks. We have some beautiful Ford Bronco wheels on here. This is of course the Sasquatch package, so it has bead lock capable wheels on it. They're very expensive, I'll bet. I'll just bet they're pretty expensive. So I'm going to put some anti-theft wheel locks on it. These are from Ford. I could probably take a guess at who manufactures these, but we'll just leave that alone. Probably the most important wheel that you want to protect is this one right here. If you have one lock sitting around your garage to put on until you get the whole set, put it on this one, because if you leave it parked, you're traveling, you're sitting at you park it overnight at a hotel, something like that, this is probably the easiest one to take off. So we're going to protect that one right away. For those of you who are just joining my little channel here for the first time, this is our 2022 Ford Bronco. Initially ordered for my wife. Took us 18 months to get it, and now that we have it, she doesn't want it. She is not interested in it anymore. She really likes her Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit, and that's what she's going to drive for now until she finds something better, which is probably going to be a new Grand Cherokee. Well, there you have it. That's what we're going to do today, so let's get at it. And I'm back. As you can see, I've got some tape lines here to help me get it centered. As it turns out, the width of this door sill is identical to this outside line here and that outside line there. And in fact, this is what the instructions for this kit tell you to do. After I looked them up, I scanned the little barcode with my phone, and sure enough, that's where they tell you to put it. That's how they tell you to place it. So I also put two bottom pieces of tape down here I did it right on that fold line right there for the door sill, because there's a large curved portion right here, so that gives me about 2 inches in between this curve and this curve, and that's how wide the door sill is. And sorry, I'm not the best at pointing this camera here. I hope I caught my fingers in there. So I'm going to get the camera set up here on a little tripod, and you can watch me install this very sticky adhesive to the paint. I did clean that off already, so that there aren't any waxes or dirt underneath there. Here's the next step in the process. We're gonna peel off this laminate from the back of the door sill. Oh, look at that. It comes with some dirt pre-installed, I guess, from Ford. That's nice. Real nice. So, make sure that you have it the right side up. And I'm going to start on one end here, keeping it straight with my bottom piece of tape. And just off of this line, I'm just going to lightly tap this end down. Make sure that it's all good lined up here, which it is. Looks like that's going to be good, so I'm going to go across here this way and just give it a tap. There it is. It's in place. It's straight and it's centered. I'm going to push this down gently all the way across here. Get it all full of my fingerprints, which will drive me nuts. And I've had the Bronco sitting inside the garage here warming up for a while, so this metal is not too cold. Pull off my marking tape, and then I've got a brand new clean microfiber that I'm going to wipe off all my fingerprints. Even though it's brand new and clean, it's probably still guaranteed to put some scratches in there, because just what it's made of. Nope, looks pretty good. It's not getting any of the fine scratches that you would think, so that's good. That is an installed Ford made by Putco door sill for the Bronco. That looks pretty good. Alright, nice little addition. We're going to go do the other side over here. I'm not going to bother filming that. It'll be, you know, kind of like the exact but opposite. And we'll get set up for the next accessory, which is going to be the wheel locks. Okay, I'm about to get busy installing one of these Ford branded anti-theft wheel locks. Like I said, it's pretty important that you do your spare tire. It's one of the easiest ones to steal. I'm also going to be doing a videotape changing out one of them on one of the regular locations, so that you can see how I do that, and I'll share the torque specs with you too. One thing I did before we got started here is I noticed that the wheel wasn't, you know, it had a lot of water spots and stuff on it. So I did a quick shine on it. My new favorite, not a sponsored, I'm not that kind of channel, but I will say that I'll tell you guys when I think something works really good. I'm normally an Adams polishes kind of guy, and there's nothing wrong with Adams polishes. They're great, and I love their detailing spray, but I gave this one a try. They gave it to me free, a couple bottles free, when I was on the Hot Rod Power Tour, and I really like it. It goes on easy and comes off easy, leaves a great shine, and it seems to last for quite a while too. So just based on my usage, recommended by the Sword Rules. One thing I did notice though, that keeping these bad boys clean is gonna be a problem. There are a lot of nooks and crannies here behind this beadlock ring, getting in all of these areas. There's even, you know, around in here, inside of this area. It's gonna be tough keeping that clean, and I'm, especially with black, I'm kind of nuts about keeping things clean, and that's gonna be fun for sure. I'm gonna have to find an automated way of doing that, some kind of wheel spray and then maybe a soft brush to get around in there versus taking a rag and getting in every nook and cranny. But anyway, I digress. Let's go to the tools that you're going to need for this. Either a 19 millimeter like this one. I do like using the ones with the plastic sheaths on them. Keep your wheel from getting nicked up. There seems to be quite a bit of room around those, so I'm not real worried about touching the paint on those. The other size, which is basically identical to a 19, is a 3/4 inch. And I'll be using that today along with my new Milwaukee Beast, officially nicknamed the Beast. I will not be torquing with this. I will be using a torque wrench on the regular wheels. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to remove this one. Why that one? Well, because I am a symmetry kind of guy. Things that aren't symmetrical, when they can be, drive me crazy. They just drives me nuts. So having these two up here, let's keep it symmetrical. I'll put the different one down here. Let's do that next. Okay, set on reverse. Pop this nut off of here. Just like that. Then what we have is the wheel lock, which is a, I don't know if that's going to come in focus for you very good, but it's the cam lock keyed style of wheel lock, which then comes with the key that matches. Make sure you keep this in your glove box. Don't go anywhere without this. If you have a flat tire, you're basically going to have to head back home to get this key or wherever you left it, or call a tow truck. I personally have never forgotten to do that, luckily. I can imagine it's easy to do though. So what we're going to do is just start this one down here. I always get them on a few threads by hand just to make sure they're not cross-threaded. Take the lock key, line it up, you'll feel it drop in like that. I'm going to switch this back over, and this doesn't need to be torqued, so I'm going to push it in slowly and just give it one ooga-dooga with the Beast here. That'll be good. That'll be plenty. That's it. That is the first one installed. Now we'll move around to one of the other tires. Okay, I'm all set up here to do the anti-theft wheel lock for my first wheel. I have my stuff in my little drawer there. I keep all my wheel nut tools, my wheel change out tools in this little rolling cart. And I have the torque spec set already on my Quinn digital torque wrench. I'm all set up here with my locking wheel nut and the key. Of course, I got this little beast down here to work on the big beast. I'm going to choose this one right here just because it seems like it's probably the best angle to the camera. On reverse, let's take this one out. And then give, this will start by hand. Get the key locked in, you'll hear it drop in or feel it drop in. Put this on forward. I'm going to slowly cinch this down. One ooga-dooga. And then we're going to need this socket off of here and this lock. Should have probably left that on there. Got that snugged up. Now I'm ready to torque this one. Got the torque wrench set to 100. Let's see if that focuses in on that. 100 foot-pounds. This torque wrench, it does some short beeps when you're getting close, and it gives you a long beep when you've reached your target. So there's the getting close warning. There's your long warning. Done deal. All right, that wraps up another accessories video. I have the 2 things installed that I wanted to today. Full transparency, I was going to do 3 things. I ordered a cargo net for and back. I didn't like the way it really fit too well, so I'm going to find something else for that, and we'll include that maybe in another video in the future. We have the door sills installed, very nice. We have the wheel locks installed, and I wanted to thank you for coming along for the ride. As usual, give me a thumbs up if you like these little videos that I do with these little bolt-on mods to our 2022 Ford Bronco, and subscribe if you want. I don't really care. Other than that, have a great day. I also keep them written down up here handy. This is my whiteboard that I kind of record general information about the current stable of cars. As you can see, I've got shaken up there, as in not stirred. That is my BMW. Beast is the same name as the current tool that I'm using, but that's what I'm choosing to call this Ford Bronco. And then we have Chief, which is our Grand Cherokee. I also use this board for a bit of a punch list type thing. I've got the things that I wanted to do recently to the Chief, and actually I have one here that I can cross out because, yep, she's gone with that thing. I'll never see that car again for sure. And actually I can cross out the clean winter wheels for shaken also, because they are on the car. This little ditty up here, my wife wrote on this board years ago. As you can see, it's kind of fading out a little bit. Yeah, that's some great math right there, and I really appreciate my wife. She more than she'll ever know. She just allows me to continue in this endeavor of mine to have as many cars, experience as many cars as possible. I also have a little bucket list up here that I started a while back, and I've been crossing them off. So I had the Challenger already, the wide body, the Mustang GT, got that crossed off. I do have a GT 500 up here, but I don't know. For the money, I'm thinking, I don't know that it's worth it. I've already experienced the whole Mustang. I'm not really sure how much horsepower I need in one of those. I would like to have a Mach 1 someday. The newer version of the Mach 1. That's definitely a road course Mustang. I would really like to experience that someday. We had a Porsche last summer, as you might have seen in some of my other videos. We had a Porsche Boxster that we loved that thing for top-down warm summer rides. That was a wonderful little car. May get something like that again in the future. I'd really like to get a 911, maybe a 981. And of course, the C8 Corvette I have up here and crossed off. A lot of guys really like them. I drove a couple of them. Didn't really do anything for me, so I just took that off the punch list, or the bucket list, I'm sorry. The last thing up here, I don't know if this will be the end-all be-all for me as far as cars, but someday, boy, I'd really like to own one of those Lucid Air EVs. They look like they're really nice. So getting back to what I'm currently doing, I have recorded the wheel nut torque up here. It's 100 foot-pounds for the 2021 and 2022 Ford Broncos. 100 foot-pounds, and of course it's going to be a 5-tire rotation if I get that far with the Bronco. You never know.